All right, we'll move on to the last team we got to talk about in this division, the Texans. Man,
it's got to be a dealer's choice, right?
Tough to be a Texan.
I haven't seen your graphic yet. It's a dealer's choice.
Yeah, we put the graphic up right now. I'll let you run with it. What are you thinking with the Texans?
Yeah, you haven't hit the floor yet. You will start to see the bottom after you figure out what you want to do with Deshaun. So if you're able to salvage that, from all the news coming out is that Deshaun definitely wants out no matter what, and there's no way around that.
He's never playing again for the Texans.
And if that's the case, you need to get your assets while you can, and you need to start seeing the path that you want to take.
I don't think they can trade him right now. With all the stuff going on, I don't think they can trade him.
Well, because, you're getting pennies to the dollar at that rate.
They would get
team acquiring him.
They could have gotten three first round. They could have gotten a haul last week, and this week, I don't know what they could get for him right now. I don't know if the Dolphins would realistically trade the 3rd pick overall for a guy they don't know if he's going to be convicted of sexual harassment in a couple of years.
And if something like that happens, it's damning to your career.
It's putting a smirk on the organization. Exactly. So it's like I don't know if the Dolphins would be willing to make that trade right this second, and I don't know what the Texans could get for him. And this is all speculation. Maybe I don't know. So yeah, it's not looking good for the Texans.
They lost a lot of good cap hits though. They were able to JJ Watt. It was time. It was just time for that marriage. It was a good run while it lasted, but you have no need for him either right now. So let him move on. Duke Johnson was getting way overpaid at running back position. Good to see him go. McKinney was another guy getting overpaid, and you were able to kind of ship him out and bring it in. Marcus Cannon, I think, is an underrated move for them. I think he is a good tackle. I think you're able to play him and Laramie Tunsil. And, it's so hard to spin this thing in a positive manner because there's so many different ways that you got to go. But you at least, going forward, have picks.
Yeah. I'm not this year.
Deshaun.
Not this year.
I'm just assuming you're able to get Deshaun for a good haul.
I get it. So I can spin it. I can say, look, the Deshaun Watson issue is the big thing. And it's like, man, what are you going to do at the quarterback position now? Is Tyrod Taylor your starter? I will say this. You were able to trade for a Shaq Lawson, and you were able to send out. But I think that trade worked for both teams, right? It worked for the Dolphins, and it worked for the Texans. Shaq Lawson was a need, like the defensive end was a need. They replaced that. Good. Terrence Mitchell, you got a good cornerback 2 at a good price, solid. You got Malik Collins, a good D tackle. I'm not saying he's an all-star, but you
need starters right now.
Yeah, and they got starters. Marcus Cannon was a very good trade, and honestly, the Texans are going to have to make more trades, especially like player trades, because they don't have a lot of assets and you don't want to give up draft picks. But that's the best way you can get players to come into your organization. Trade for them because they don't have a choice. It is what it is. But I mean, that's you're not getting the top end free agents, because I guarantee you, any free agent that's offered equal deals from one team to another, you're not going to the Texans train right now. Well, if you're a free agent making your decision,
they don't have a pick to the 3rd round.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor went because he thinks he's going to be a starter, and he probably will be because I don't know what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson. You got Mark Ingram, who I get it. You understand why he was let go by the Ravens, but I think he's an upgrade over Duke Johnson. I really do. And he's cheaper. So I like, in a vacuum, I actually like a lot of the moves they've made. I just am not excited about the Texans in general because of
they haven't hit the floor yet.
Yeah, I mean, honestly. And Nick Martin's a huge hit, and I don't know how they're going to replace that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, especially when you're looking at one of the only things that you do have that is mildly enticing is a well-built line. And in a way, I don't think it's complete ass in some ways that it is. Laramie Tunsil is one of the best promising tackles out there. Nick Martin was an absolute hit, and then add in a Marcus Cannon if they could have held on to Nick Martin. I mean, you have 3 out of 5 solid.
Yeah, well, and you have a pass organization that was doing everything they could to shore up the offensive line to make a push. Now
they're not at hit.
Now you're coming into it, and it's like, okay, your offensive line has some promising pieces. The rest of your team just sucks. So I mean, it is what it is. Guys,
first round pick next year.
Yeah, first round pick next year, guys.
Oh, first overall pick. Sorry.
First overall pick. Oh, yeah. I was just saying, hey, they have a first-round pick next year.
That's true, too. Sorry, Texans fans.
Hey, look, we never know what that first-round pick could be. I mean, that's assets. Even if you get to keep Deshaun Watson, or if you can talk him into coming back, that could be multiple picks in the future. And if not, hey, you could have a quarterback of the future. And if you are a Texans fan right now, at least take solace in the fact that teams are never terrible for very long in the NFL. I mean, honestly, right? I mean, that's fair to say. Dolphins are on the come up. The Browns are on the come up. The Bills are on the come up. I mean, the Bills have already come up.
I know, but they were bad for so long. There were so many teams that have been historically bad. At the end of the day, the goal is Lombardi's.
Yeah.
Historically bad teams have been historically bad.
Okay.
We
Well,
haven't
I'm
seen
just saying-
Cleveland. We haven't seen Cincinnati back in a while. Detroit's been struggling for years. Can't get off the
I
ground.
don't think they're in that situation, but they might be. Who knows? I don't know.
I mean,
you might be right.
Detroit is a sore thumb. They stand out on many different levels, but I'm just saying, overall, it just depends on what you consider success.
I'm trying to speak to the Texans fans of the world and tell them it's going to be okay.
They're not out there.
All right, we just lost. We're not going to have one subscriber from a Texans fan. Thanks a lot, bro.
Leave it in the comments,
Leave
please.
it in
I'm
the
sorry,
comments.
and if you are a Texans fan, I want to shake your hand. I commend you for sticking through these bad moves.
If you're a Texans fan, comment on this video, and we will feature the comment, and we will apologize to you personally on the next podcast.
That's a deal. And I'll also double down and say, every Texans fan, if you were able to somehow prove to me that you were a Texans fan, not just spam, I will do a shot for every single one of you.
On the pod?
Texans Nation, come out. Make me pay for it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Make me pay for it.
Hell yeah. Come to the Between the Pylons podcast, comment down below, show that you're a fan, and we have a bunch of shots for good old Jacob Waters.
There's not more than 10, right?
We're going to find out.
I think they lost that with D-Hops.